Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to share with you some career tips because there's one thing I've been called quite a lot in the YouTube's comment section, and that's called GOAT. So for those of you who don't know what GOAT is, in the meme culture, it's an abbreviation for greatest of all time. Now I'm not saying I'm like the greatest of all time. I've just seen folks comment this a lot, like your courses are GOAT, Kunal is the GOAT or whatever. Mostly in the binary search video that I did. So yeah, if you want to clear any FANG interview, you can check out my data structure algorithms bootcamp. It's free on the playlist section, and you can also check out the complete DevOps bootcamp. I'll leave both of those in the description below. These are the data structure algorithms course is the only course you need to clear any FANG interview. That's my guarantee. The next thing is like in this video, I'm going to share with you, as you can tell by the title, how to be a GOAT student. So GOAT for me, I won't be saying greatest of all time, but I'll be taking it like sharing some career tips from my experiences that have helped me quite a lot in my growth and my career. So I'm still a student right now. That's why I'm making this video, and I graduate this year. So I'm looking forward to it. But let's get started. So the first part of GOAT, which is the G, I'd like to put over here that in order to be a GOAT student, give back. So that's the first part. So what do we mean by give back? What I mean by give back is like learn in public, share the good work that you do, create content around it. You can write a blog, or you can even start your own YouTube channel, and you can contribute to open source, and you can conduct a workshop in your college. Just be active in the community, get involved in communities, right? So all of these things come into giving back. When we're talking about community, community is about giving back. When we talk about community work, paid work is not termed as community work. You can Google it. You can Google right now definition of community work. It's a work that you are, for example, I'm doing community work. All the courses that you're watching right now, you're not paying for those courses. That is community work. Someone is selling their courses, that is not community work. That is a business. This is totally fine. So give back and in a community form of a way, and two people are going to benefit. You yourself, you will benefit because your public profile will be increased. You will network with a lot of amazing people. You will learn a lot of nice skills, right? And the second type of people who will benefit would be the people who would be consuming your content, right? So who are watching your videos and reading your blogs and interacting with you on Twitter or LinkedIn, for example. So be active on these socials, share the good work you do, learn in public. If you want to learn more about learning in public, I did a video on it in the Open Source Cafe podcast. So you can check out that as well. It's in the playlist section. You can check that out. Some amazing content over there. But that's the first part of being a GOAT student, is give back. So give back, help others, and definitely you will be rewarded for the good work that you do. And just don't do it for like the rewards, but do it because you want to make a change and you want to help people, right? So that's first thing that I believe I did, that sort of like help me and help others around me, and I believe that's also made me feel very good that I'm helping people around the world. So open source, getting involved in open source and stuff can help you. All right, second part about being a GOAT student is the GO. So the O part is be open-minded. What I mean by that is be open to ideas, open to suggestions, and open to new experiences. Don't be afraid to try out new things, right? And so if you're talking about, let's say, for example, DevOps, and you don't know anything about it, so be open-minded, try to learn more about it. If someone says this is not for students, or you can't do this, you can't do that, not just DevOps, anything, you can't do this, you can't do that. First of all, I would highly recommend, be open-minded, that actually listen to them. Okay, if they are saying they may be correct, but also have a point of view that they may be wrong. So always ask for proof. Like, okay, you are saying DevOps is not for students. Have you done DevOps? Do you work in the field of DevOps? Actually ask someone who works in the field of DevOps, like, hey, you work in the field of DevOps. Is it for students? And we'll be like, yeah, it is. Students can contribute. I'm doing it. So be open-minded, and always look for new ideas and try out new things, learn new skills, have new experiences. Being open-minded is one of the key things as well that has helped me out quite a lot. Cool. The third part of being a GOAT student is ask good questions. This is the problem that many students face, and this is also the reason that I don't reply to DMs. But the main reason I don't reply is because I get a lot of DMs, but most of the time the questions that are left unanswered are the questions that are not asked correctly. So please ask good questions. I have actually made a video on this. I did Open Source Cafe podcast with Eddie and Joe Nash, so you can check that out. We've covered how to ask good questions. This is an important skill because try to Google some things yourself as well. I will never answer a question that you can find on Google, right? I'll just say Google it. Or some people just say hi in the chat. Nohello.com is a nice website for that. So ask good questions, because it's going to help you in the end only. So if you make it easy for the person to answer your question, but please try to Google it yourself, try to research yourself, especially in the open source community. Also, if you ask a question, most of the time people will not give you the answer directly. They will be like, okay, this is the resource, you can check out this resource or whatever, right? So ask good questions, and ask questions in public. Don't, like, if you're until unless you know the person or you have the permission, you can DM folks in that case. But overall, if you're asking questions and stuff, learning in public, ask questions in public only. I'll maybe make a video on that as well. Okay, the last part of being a GOAT student is T for trust. So trust in yourself, and just believe in yourself. I know it sounds a little bit like, okay, filmy, but it's true. You have to trust in yourself. I think ignoring my college authorities and ignoring all the seniors in my college and just focusing on myself, basically not just the college folks, but any person who told me that, okay, you're from Tier 3 college, you have to do computer programming, you have to do this, you have to do that. I actually ignored everyone, and I found out about people who are doing amazing things in the field of, as students and right after their college. And one thing they all had in common was open source. So I was like, oh, so many great people doing amazing work via open source. And it's really amazing stuff. Like, you get to contribute to code base around the world. So I had trust in myself, and you should be having trust in yourself, more than anyone, because you are the, you know yourself the best, right? So trust in yourself, trust in the community as well, but only if the community is doing like good work, and the community is doing community work, and not like some folks are like selling internships, I believe, on the basis of, like, you'll get a Microsoft certificate. First of all, that's like a Microsoft associate certificate that anyone can get. So if someone is selling that on the basis of an internship and taking money from you, so we often say that unpaid internships are not good. You should be paid for your good work, right? Folks out here are actually taking money from you to give you an internship, and naive students actually fall for these things because they think they're getting a Microsoft certificate. It has no value. You can get that certificate even without an internship. Microsoft Technology Associate, you can go, and people are just doing that. So it's not like a Microsoft collaboration or whatever. It's just a way of making money. So trust in yourself first, and network with people. And I'll make a video on how to find the right community, right mentor, how to not get scammed. For example, I believe, like, if you're active in open source, two things: open source and global communities, people who have global exposure, because the code of conduct in such global communities, it's extremely tight, right? You have to follow the code of conduct. You can't, like, scam anyone or sell anything like that. So that has been, I believe, the highlight of my career, that I took advice from people who had global exposure around the world. And now I have the same sort of like exposure around the world. So that's what I tell people, like, always be open to, exploring new communities and stuff, but believe in yourself as well. That's extremely important. And that's pretty much about it. But there's one extra additional point on how to be a GOAT student, and that is subscribe to my YouTube channel and like and share this video. One thing that you can definitely do via this particular video is you want to be the G part of GOAT, so give back. So what you can do is that you can actually summarize the points that you have learned in this video and share your own points as well. So make a Twitter thread like that. You can take a screenshot and make a Twitter thread on how to be a GOAT student, title that, and in the thread you give your own inputs. Okay, so in the thread, give your own inputs and tag me, tag Community Classroom, and I'll retweet, and we'll see, who comes up with the best ideas about their experiences, like how to be a GOAT student. So that's pretty much about it, and let's see you on Twitter, and have a great day.